Hello, Breathe Less community. I'm joined here today with Sasha, the co-founder of the Breathing Center, and we're going to talk about the new Buteyko MasterMind Group that is beginning this February. Hello, Sasha.
Hi, Terry. I'm so glad I have this opportunity to express my thoughts about the Mastermind Group, which is a very exciting project for me.
So if I understood it correctly, when you thought about this group, it was almost like a brainchild of yours and a brainchild of Jesse's, but separately. And at one point, you guys had come together with this idea and you didn't even realize the other was thinking of it. And the whole time you were on the same vibration with it. And that's kind of how the group started. Is that correct?
Absolutely. I would say that the universe gave birth to this group, and Jesse and some of Breathing Center clients and myself picked up on that. So, what was going on? I was thinking about the group because it might sound strange, but I was really longing for support for my personal practice. And of course, I was thinking about my clients as well and how wonderful it would be for them to receive a serious level of support. And Jesse was thinking about it, Jesse Steinberg, our advanced Buteyko breathing specialist. And at the same time, some of our breathing center clients were thinking about it. All of it was completely independent and not connected. So at a certain point, some of Jesse's clients expressed their wish to have this type of group. And Jesse called me and he said, I have an idea. Why don't we start a mastermind group to support people? And I said, I've been just thinking about it. It's perfect. Let's do it. And that's how it all started. And it's just so wonderful that this group is going to begin its activities so soon in February. And as I already mentioned, I am very excited about it. During the last year, during the year of 2020, the Breathing Center had a lot of good projects, but I didn't really feel very excited about them. But this one is very exciting for me, and I'm just so glad that it's going to work for on all levels, actually. So it's going to work for people who are dedicated to improve their well-being. It's going to work for people who teach Buteyko breathing. And I'm also very excited because I know it's going to work perfectly for me. So I'm selfishly excited for myself as well.
So I know you're listed as one of the presenters. Jesse is the group leader. So can you explain a little bit about that? What your role all is, though, because you are not only will present at some point, but you are actually going to be a participant in the group.
That's right. Yeah, I'll be glad to explain it because it might be a bit confusing. So there are two main contributors of this group. One is Dr. Andrei Novozhilov, the Russian patent holder of the Buteyko breathing method. And the second person is myself. So originally we thought that I will be just one of the contributors, but later I realized that no, I want to be a participant as well, because no matter how high your control pose is, you can always go higher. And the numbers are not important for this group. What is important is person's dedication to improve. And I'm wishing to improve my personal practice just as all participants of this group. And that's why I'm going to be one of the participants.
So this is going to be a different dynamic that I think is going to bring a whole nother texture to this group that people can be with you side by side, moving through their practices. So I think this is a really great component to this group. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the components in the group, and maybe also some of your favorite components that you are personally looking forward to?
Absolutely. But first, I would like to say that the richest component of this group are the participants. And so far, I think 9 people signed up for this group. And I know quite a few of them personally. And I know that all of them are very interesting people, very strong, unique, independent, knowledgeable people, and some of them are great fun as well. So we, the participants, are going to make this group interesting and beneficial and exciting also for all of us. I received one email from my client who was interested in participating in this group, and I was quite surprised because she her assumption was that she will be able to teach the Buteyko method after participating in this group. This is kind of a certification program. And I said, no, absolutely not. We are going to learn a lot, but it's really based on doing, on personal experience. It's not an academic type of group. So we are going to do a lot of advanced practices, which Dr. Buteyko did himself, advanced breathing exercises, fasting. We are going to work with the elements of nature a lot. We are going to do some spiritual practices as well, which support the increase of control pose. The group has quite a lot of components, and JC is working on them very seriously. And every session is designed to move us, the participants, forward. Not only in our understanding of the Buteyko method, but also in our accomplishments regarding the Buteyko method, which will be used as a guiding light on the path to personal evolution and achieving the level of optimal health and higher.
So what components of the group are you most interested in? Because we have some different things going on within the group. They will be meeting via Zoom and also our private Facebook group. We've also got what we call hot seats. Can you share with us what you are personally looking forward to inside this group?
For me, accountability is very important. And if accountability comes from people whose opinions I highly respect, it becomes even more valuable. So I'm really looking forward sitting in a hot seat and answering provocative questions about my praxis and receiving the incredible support of the whole group. Not only support, but suggestions and recommendations on how to accelerate my personal praxis. And by my personal praxis, I don't mean just the breathing exercises, because the Buteyko method, as I said, it's a path to personal evolution in general, and the breathing exercises are very important. However, there are some other practices which help to increase control pose or positive maximum pose dramatically. So for me, this is a very important element. On top of it, I'm really looking forward to connect and to make friends with this incredible group, incredible participants. and dive deep into the Buteyko method.
So if we look into what the group is offering, what is the commitment that we are asking for members as far as their time and what that would look like? Because this is a 6-month program or a group. So what's the commitment for each member?
Yes, it's a 6-month program, and everyone will receive a lot of guidance during these 6 months. The commitment is to attend, if possible, 2 Zoom sessions a month and to keep an eye on a private Facebook page. Sometimes if people cannot attend our Zoom meetings, they will receive recordings. That's kind of outer structure. But the inner structure is simply being dedicated to improving your praxis. I wouldn't say that this group requires a specific number of hours or doing something every day or every other day. It's not like that. People who are participating in this group are mature, strong, and somewhat disciplined people. So everyone can make a decision for herself or himself, whether to do 3 hours of meditation or 5 minutes of it, or maybe meditate when you are driving a car. And the same about fasting. For example, J.C. Steinberg, he was able to do 8 days of dry fasting, and he worked at the same time, which is I found amazing. But for some people it's too much, for some people it's not enough. So everyone will decide for himself or herself, and of course the leader of the group, JC, will help all of us to make these decisions and to avoid setbacks.
So you mentioned earlier there was a little bit of confusion. People had questions about what this group was. Could we look at inside the group a little bit, like look at the anatomy of the group and talk a little bit about what that looks like so that people can get a clearer picture, especially if people don't understand what a hot seat is and what really we're doing in those monthly Zoom sessions.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to say that this group never existed before. It's a new invention. It's an experiment on its own. So it's going to be all of it. It's going to be new for all of us. We are going, as already mentioned, we are going to meet on Zoom twice a month. And in between our Zoom meetings, we are going to keep in touch by various means, primarily by Facebook page, private group. Every month, we will focus on a specific topic. Every month, we will give a lot of our energy to a specific area, which will allow us to increase our numbers, the level of CO2 in our lungs considerably. And JC will help all the participants to create plans, individual plans, which suit their schedule, their lifestyle, and their current level of praxis. Then a big part of this group is accountability. So we will also meet every month for so-called hot seats, when different participants will report about their praxis. They also will become vulnerable and share with others what are the weak points, what needs to be improved. And all of us are going to evaluate this person's praxis, judge it in a very constructive, positive, and loving way, and give our suggestions on what to implement. And if the suggestions are taking, then a person has to implement it. It's like making a commitment, making a promise to all participants of the group. So I believe that the group is going to be very powerful because of its leader, JC, who is a perfect person for this group. He has strength and a lot of gentle energy at the same time, which makes him perfect. Because of other participants, and also because of the structure of the group. And I'm not going to reveal all techniques which we are going to use during our meetings, because a lot of them are going to be a surprise for people. And it's kind of, this group is, I could also say or call it, expect the unexpected. So people, it will be a lot of things will be spontaneous, and it will help people to open up and to jump up to another level.
When people take the level 1 or level 2 training, they receive this individual attention on their practice, and they get the specialist to work with them one-on-one to really take them to the next level. And it sounds like this mastermind group is going to give that opportunity again for you to experience that attention, but on an amplified way, in an amplified way. You're going to have the attention of your other members and the leader. And I think that that's what makes this group really fantastic and really interesting, and also beneficial, because in that training we understand what that feels like, and what we receive from it. And here's another opportunity to get it, but like I said, amplified. Is there anything that you would like to share with the community that you would like them to know about this group?
Yes, sure. So you're absolutely right, Terry, that this group gives people almost as much individual attention as they receive during our main breathing normalization training, and even more, because during the breathing normalization training, people mostly rely on their own experience as well as the experience of their teacher, the Buteyko breathing specialist. Here we will have 20 people who will share their incredible experiences. And some people have very high numbers, and they really have a lot of knowledge and experience to share. Also, during the so-called level 1 training, our main breathing normalization training, we have to spend quite a bit of time just to convey the knowledge to a person. Everyone who is going to participate in this group already finished level 1, and some people finished level 2 and even high levels. I know that at least 2 certified Buteyko breathing specialists already signed up for this group. So there are going to be Buteyko teachers there as well. And yeah, we're all going to help each other with our knowledge and experience. And it's not a 2 months program as the level 1 course, it's a 6 months program. So we will have plenty of time to get know each other and to implement everything we learn.
So, and any final thoughts as we wrap this up? And I know that you mentioned earlier we have 9 seats that are filled, but we are only taking 20 in total. How do people sign up for this program?
Yes, so we just launched this program and 9 people already signed up and they were accepted. To sign up for this group, you will need to go to our Mastermind Group page on Breathing Center website, and people will find all the information about that group there, and also an application form. So we ask people to answer a few simple questions, to send us an application, and then the leader of this group, Jesse Steinberg, will look at it. Sometimes he needs to interview people personally, and then people receive an approval or not. I know that Jesse is selecting the participants of this group very, very carefully, because we receive a lot of applications, but this is the first time we are running this group, so the number of seats is very limited this year. Hopefully we will have more seats available next year. But right now we are selecting every participant very carefully to make sure that every participant has a value to contribute to the group. And also I want to say, the last thing I want to say, that if someone really wants to improve their praxis, don't be shy to apply for this group. The numbers are not important. Some people are stuck with very low numbers and they don't know how to get up higher. And this group is supposed to help people like that, as well as people whose positive maximum pulse maybe already is, far beyond 60 seconds, might be higher than 100 seconds. It's the level which Dr. Buteyko called the yogic level. So it doesn't matter. The techniques which we are going to use will help everyone to improve their praxis, and that's why this group is so valuable. And the last thing I want to say is that to have a really reliable health and strength is very important right now. The year 2020 wasn't easy on most people. Some people didn't survive this year. And all of us are just guessing what's going to happen next year. One day it seems that COVID is almost at its end, and a month or two and this will be over. And then a different day, and it seems, like listening to the news about the virus mutating and becoming more contagious. And it seems like, no, the situation is not going to be over soon. In fact, it could be more dangerous and more difficult on people. And the previous year showed that the Buteyko method is incredibly effective with all respiratory diseases, and this actually includes COVID. So I think this group gives people an incredible chance, instead of being somewhat depressed about their future, to make the year 2021 really meaningful and really effective for their own health. And not only that, but this group will help them to move at the level when, after helping themselves, they will be able to help others. Right? Like some people go through the certification program and they become certified specialists. They know a lot. They know how to help their people, their clients, but yet their own numbers are not that high. And that is actually difficult for their confidence, for being really effective in their work with their clients. So this group follows kind of the principle of help yourself first and then start helping others. And I really strongly believe that instead of, the next year kind of worsening people's health, being difficult on their moods, and maybe accelerating aging as well because of stress, people could choose something else, and this group gives them this chance. They could significantly improve their health. They could gain much more of emotional stability, and they could also start feeling confident and very enthusiastic about helping others. And that's why we are starting this group now. And that's why the universe kind of whispered that message to JC and me, that and other people, that it's time to start this group because it's really needed at this time.
This group is definitely a gift to our community. We are really excited about its birth. And if you are interested in signing up, the deadline to apply is January 20th. Thank you so much, Sasha, for sharing space today.
Thank you.